Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Teresa's Crafty Cabana. Today I'm going to be doing some Halloween gel prints. I created some stamps out of foam. This is that sticky back foam that I have. I used some die cuts. I've got bats, pumpkins. These pumpkins are pretty cool because they have these little outlines that you can put over the top of them, but for the stamps I just did the large pieces, and then I did cut around them kind of closely as I could. And then these little ghosts are so cute, so I did, this is supposed to be a little, almost like a little handle on here, and it's supposed to hold the candy, but I like him as just a pumpkin. And then there's three cute little ghosts. So I also pulled out some textures. So I've got, this is like the Gothic arches. This says poison on it. And these are embossing folders. This is from THoltz, and this is a really cool looking spider web. And then this I cut out of acetate. Just using a spider web outline. Obviously all the little inside pieces didn't stay, so I think I want to try putting some alcohol ink on this to color it. So we'll see if I get to that. This is from Dollar Tree. There's I'll show you different stickers that they have that look like this, but if you look at the back sides of all of them, you can gel print with the wooden side. So I just removed the little sticky dot, and that was right here, and now I can gel print with this. So I'm going to try that out and see what kind of results I get. I did pick out some alcohol inks, got some Halloween colors over here. I think I want to start with this kind of cobwebby background. I do have my alloy as well for some metallic, and then I've got my alcohol and blending solution, the two different colors of purple. I'm just going to start dropping that right over the spider web. So this one is Purple Twilight, really pretty purple, and then I have Amethyst. Drop a little bit of alcohol ink on there first, or the alcohol, 91%. Just want to get those to move a little bit more. I have this black, pitch black color, so I guess it's not a color. I'm going to do black kind of in the center here, and just in some areas. Okay, and then don't know if I can get any of these inks. There we go. That moves it just a little bit. Come in with some more of my purples. Now I think purple and orange look so good together, so I'm going to drop in some of this sunset orange. Just using my brayer to make it kind of fill in some of these spaces. I've got some kind of color everywhere now. I'm going to next do some of my gilded alloy. And use a little blending solution. And then just spread that out a little bit. Okay. So I think I'm going to let this sit and dry so that when I pull it off, it's got the nice design there. So I'm going to just set that aside for a few minutes to dry. It's not completely dry, but it's mostly dry. Okay. So you can see it's taking on some of the wet ink on the underside. So I'm going to set that aside to dry. And over here, I do still want this to dry, but you can see the ink is still a little bit wet on the edges. Just going to press in a little bit of texture. And I'll repeat that on this side just to give it a little border. Okay, so now I'm going to let that dry, and I'm going to go in with my Titan Buff Golden Fluid, just like a cream color, and I'll pull that print, see what that looks like. Alright, that's pretty dry. A little bit of the ink, if it's still wet, may just blend out when I brayer this. And sometimes that actually looks pretty cool. You can see the purple kind of showing through this paint. So it's starting to tint my my buff paint. So now it's almost more like a purpley color. Stop there and use my placement tool. Okay, and then let that dry. Let's see what our print looks like. Feels pretty dry. True test. It's coming off clean. Oh yeah, that looks really cool with the gilded in there. Definitely has a really neat, almost like a stained glass effect. I do like the pops of the orange in there. The black blends in a little with the purple, but I like it. It just gives some depth to the really cool looking spider web. It looks just so cool in the center here, where the gold kind of picked up on the outer edges. Very cool. I like that one a lot. Next, I'm going to try these cute little ghosts. I'm going to do, I think, kind of like a twilight sky. Trying to decide, maybe I'll do some yellow. Yellow, orange, and purple. Look how pretty that is. Love it. Okay, so while that is wet, I'll just come in with my little ghosts. Okay. Let's see, maybe I'll do one more little ghosty. This one's just so cute. Okay, I think I'll stop there. I'm gonna let that dry, and then I'm probably gonna do some kind of a metallic over the back of this. One more thing, because this is gonna make a really cool texture. Oh yeah, that's gonna look really neat. Experiment time. I want to do another layer behind this, but if I try to put more alcohol inks, it's just gonna ruin it. So I'll put a layer of Mod Podge down. That should seal that layer. So now I'll let that dry, and then I'll come in with some other alcohol inks. All right, so for my alcohol inks, I'm actually going to just use my shimmery ones. This one's like an orange, a yellow, kind of like a purple. So I'll just do a little bit of blending solution, kind of just like where the ghosts are. I guess I'll focus on those areas. See if I can move it this way. So there's some blobs underneath, but I'm okay with that. Okay, and to make sure I can pull all of those layers, I'm going to let that sit and dry, and then I'll put a coat of white paint on top. All right, to test to see if this is dry, I'm just going to put some... Huh, interesting. Okay, it started peeling up, so I won't do that again. Kind of looks cool. Hopefully it will pull up with some paint. So let me just see if I can brayer this without ruining it. The paint's a little thick, but I was wondering if it was going to need a thick layer because it was kind of starting to peel up. I'm going to stop there, even though that is a very thick layer. I'm just going to let it dry a little bit longer on my paper. Okay, let's see what that one turns out like. It's feeling pretty dry. I think I might flip this one over. Okay, let's see. What does that look like? Okay, I don't see the ghosts anymore. So that didn't work. It does look really pretty though. Like this red purpley color. I mean, this would make a really cool background for like a spooky scene sky. Just can't see the ghosts. That's okay. I think I will try it again with the ghost. Let's see. Maybe this time I'll do the same gradient background, but I'll do it simpler. I'll just pull it with white paint right over the top of that. And I'm just going to do the same thing I did where I just ombre it out. Okay, do my ghosts. Add my white. And I am using cardstock today. This is the Nina White 110 pound cardstock that is going to be listed in the description. And flipped it over again. Alright, I like how it does this kind of ghosty effect in the purple. You can't really see it in the orange and yellow, but definitely with the purple. I like that. So yeah, the yellows kind of get lost. This one really looks ghosty. Kind of fade off into the background, but it looks pretty cool. So I will do one more. I might just do the opposite side of that page, and just using my purples. I'll do this one. Up here, and then I'll just ombre those together. Maybe I'll do the pumpkins. This will be more like a decorative paper. The pumpkins in between. Okay, and now I'll let that dry, and I will pull that this time with some golden iridescent glitter to test if that's dry. Fills up just a little over here. I think that's pretty good. It might blend the color out just a little, so I changed my mind. I'm going to do the white first. And that. Then I will come in with the wire. Maybe I'll do a little bit of these. Ooh, the words. The word should be backwards. Okay, stop there and let that dry. Now I'll add the gold. Okay. I think I'll do its own piece of paper to the back side of that other one. I'm hoping I like this one. Seems like it should turn out cool. We'll see. Alright, I flipped it again. Okay, that one's so cool. Alright, I love this one. Everything about it. The gold and the words, even though my words were some of them backwards. Some of them weren't. But the little, I don't know, little skull and crossbones. And then you can definitely see the ghosts a lot better on this one. And little pumpkins. Oh, that's so pretty. You can see a little bit of the cross hatching just in the background, really faint. And you can see it picks it up a little bit where the gold is. So that just looks so cool. I love that. So I might do one more layer on top of this one to kind of make this one a little more fun like that one. All right, and this time I'll do oranges and purples. I'm going to do that lightest orange down here. Darker orange. And the twilight color. I'll drop in a little bit of blending solution. I'm hoping that'll make it stay wet just a little bit longer while I put my texture in. And I'm okay with a little bit of that going on. That's just going to add the interest. I think for this one, I kind of want to do my bats. So let's see. Twilight sky with bats. Let's see what else. I think I'll do a little bit of this texture. Okay, and let that dry. I'll do my test to see if it's ready. That's good. I tested it over here a little bit and it still needed more time, but I think it's good now. Go in with my white. And then I've got this cool texture, so I'm just going to use that. And I'll go in with a little more of my Gothic window. Okay, and let that dry. All right, let's do another test to see if that's dry. It's not leaving the texture. So now I will come in with my gold. And the print that I'm going to cover up is this one, just because you can barely see it. All right, let's see how that one turns out. So we'll flip it over, see if it's ready. Okay. And look at that. Very cool. So again, you can see just a little bit of the gold picking up from the final layer. Oh, it looks so cool. So definitely will make a really neat kind of like a background haunted house or something. Very cool. All right, for this last one, I will do some greens because I haven't used my greens yet. And a little bit of yellow. Oranges. And I'll use this purple, amethyst. I'm going to use some felt. I'll put a little bit of alcohol on the felt. And just start dabbing that around. I did another layer of colors. Just gonna blend those out a little bit. My little bubbles. These kind of look like bubbles to me. So I'm thinking like a witch's cauldron bubbles. So I will let that dry and then I'm going to do some perfect pearls over that. So I'm using a perfect pearl in purple, copper, and then this is actually the Josie Lewis Bria Reese mica powder in green. And I think I'll just start with my green. And since it's powder, I don't have to let it dry. I'll just come in with my white. And let's see what that one looks like. So for our final print, that looks really cool. Those are really fun Halloween colors. Again, just put some black something in front of it. That's going to be a really cool background. Definitely could see a cauldron, maybe some witches outlined or something. Very, very fun. I love it. These are all the completed prints that I got. This is the really cool, I love how the orange pops with the purple and the gold. The spider web. This one kind of witch's cauldron. I think this one would be really cool with a, I like something over it like this. I think that would be pretty. And then the bats. Got the gold in the background, almost like on a nighttime sky. The ghosts with the pumpkins. And this one I'm definitely going to do some kind of a die cutting too. Same thing, it would look really cool. Okay, I think pumpkins would actually look really cool. So if I die cut in different areas, some pumpkins, I think those would be very nice. The gold on here and the oranges. Yeah, so I think that would be cool.